Yes, I'm a father of two young boys, ages 3 and 4. Been married for 5 years. I just enjoy working with youth. I enjoy helping the community. I enjoy just spending time with my loved ones, and I enjoy just gathering. Gathering is very important to me, very important to my heart. Just being around loved ones, caring, sharing, experiencing new ideas with our peers, with my family. Traveling is another big key for me as well too. But I feel like I don't have enough time in a day because. Uh, my heart goes out to a lot of people, and especially with mentoring, you have a lot of youth that tend to pull and need and don't need and have to check in. So I try to play the balancing act with being a mentor, being a present father, being a present husband as well. So that's the jack of all trades that I like to say. So that's kind of just a little about me in a nutshell. Yes, it is a lot. But when it comes to the youth, we rather be present. And I say we, for me and my team, because I solely can't do it by myself. So we want to make sure that we're there for every little experience. We may think it's little, or they may think it's little, but it's really a big accomplishment to make it to a new year. There are so many tragedy stories that, certain kids didn't make it, kidnapping, or just giving up on life. So we want to make sure that we celebrate life, continue to go and continue to push. It may not be the best point at their time right now, but we want to make sure that they can actually see the future, that, their future can be brighter than their past as well. So those are just some things that we want to kind of just articulate and kind of let the kids know, like, hey, we're here for you. We're going to make it work. You may have got a B in that class or a D in that class, but it's not the end of the world. So we want to continue to be those cheerleaders, because having a cheerleader, someone on the side that's cheering you on along the way when you kind of get low. And I say you, I'm just speaking in general. A lot of times our kids want to just give up or throw in a towel, or, it's a few days before Christmas break and they want to do something foolish in school. So we want to make sure that we're right there to kind of push them along and say, hey, don't give up now. Do your best, continue to focus. Every day counts. And even if you messed up on the previous day, you have a new day to kind of start back over, start fresh. So those are just some things of trying to juggle to kind of let the children know, let the youth know that they can continue to affect their future by the decision that they're making today. Yes, as you see, I'm lighting up over here. Really excited about that. But Big Homie Little Homie mentoring program is a nonprofit mentoring program in Columbia, South Carolina. And we're committed to building strong, trusted relationships, positive attitudes, life skills for our young men through mentoring and also enriched life experiences. But all in a nutshell, we started in 2017. And a quick backstory is I was a foster child. So by the age of 6, I was in 6 different foster homes. So I didn't have that ideal situation where I had like a big brother or a big sister or someone to take me out and, do things. So I always told myself, whenever I get older and if I'm in the right space, I would love to give back. I didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't know how it was going to be as well too. So that was kind of the small backstory on, wanting me to give back, because I know how important it is to have someone in your corner that's rooting for you, that truly want the best for you, and they don't want anything, they don't want any money, they just want to see the best for you. So I wanted to be that person. I wanted to be that figure. So that was kind of one of the situations there. And growing up in the 90s, I watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They had a whole bunch of reruns and stuff like that as well too. And of course, that was kind of the height of the era for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And Uncle Phil was a great actor, but I always wanted someone like that in my life. He was, fair, but he also wanted the best for Will. So I always said, hey, whenever I get older, if I have kids, I want to be just like that figure. So that was one of my driving forces on always trying to be there for the youth, We have to have correction, we have to have those tough talks or those tough topics, but at the end of the day, leading with love and everything like that as well. So not putting them down or scolding them for the wrong decisions or things like that, but also just leading with love and just letting them know like, hey, your life is precious. We're gonna get through this together. So fast forward to 2022. We have mentors that think the same way or believe the same way or feel the same way I feel about the youth as well. So which is ideal, and really great that we have men that really want to pour back into our communities, that want to give back to our kiddos. Currently now, we have over 500 kids enrolled in the program. So which is, I think it's great, but again, I think it's sad as well too, because our program, we work with young males ages 6 to 16 who are in fatherless homes. So that's 500 plus young males that do not have an active male in the home or do not have a male in the home at all. So that kind of really sucks. But on a brighter note, we have this mentoring program where we're going to continue to provide those services to help out and create those experiences, create those dreams, help with those dreams, help develop those dreams as well too. And we always tell our kids, even our 6-year olds, it's never too early to dream. It's never too early, and the dream is never too big. So if you want to dream, we're going to help you dream together. We're going to articulate that and create a roadmap for success for you. And we understand life happens, and we come up with this term of re-goaling. Sometimes we may not reach that goal of going to the MBA or being that doctor or getting that B in our class, but we can re-goal and kind of keep on going and reach another goal or set minor goals. So those are just some things that we provide for our kiddos. And we have 3 facets of the program. One is the one-on-one mentor, and that's the traditional one-on-one mentee and mentor. The second one is virtual, which is a really big hit, which I was surprised. We meet every Wednesday since the pandemic from 8 to 8:30, and we have a 30-minute meet and greet. We go over different topics such as positive male masculinity. Is it okay to cry? We go over other things like that as well too. So those are just really some great things, and kids love it. We keep them engaged where we have the mentors on, the kids on, so we kind of both give them feedback, because mentoring, it's one thing for the mentor to always provide the information, but we want to hear back from the kids as well, because it's a two-way street. We have to learn from them, see what's the new trends going on as well. So this is a great way for us to kind of keep our ears to the ground so we can continue to provide a better service for the kids. And then our last group stuff is group events. And we typically meet every other Saturday. We have a range of wealth of events that we kind of do for our younger kids, our middle kids, and also for our higher kids as well. So that's just kind of big homie, little homie, and then big bucket and everything like that. For me, I always say we have to lead by example, and everything, and that works for our program. We have other mentoring programs that the owner or the CEO or whatever we want to call each other these days kind of is hands off, but I always love to have hands-on experience with our kids. So I do mentor as well. Currently, we have about 50 guys that are active within the program. So we typically try to meet once a month together as guys so we can kind of continue to game plan, make sure our missions still align, and everything like that. And also showing up for our kids as well, because that's a big part of mentoring. It's one thing to say, yes, I'm a mentor, but we have to show up to those basketball games, to those baseball games, to let the kids know like, hey, we're still here for you, we're cheering for you. Or if it's just a simple FaceTime call or a Zoom call to check in to see how was his day at school, or how was that play, how was that test. So just basically being there for that child as well. Yes, great question. And this is not no recruiting strategy or anything. Our kids, and I say our kids because I feel like we're in the same fight here. The kids are our future. And if we don't guide them or help them out or along the way, they can get lost. So if there's anyone that wants to help out and provide time, and I say time is a little bit more effective than money, Sometimes just showing up for that child is truly amazing. But we understand that some people do not have the actual time, but they may have the dollars or the resources or just a connection point. All of these things can kind of really play a big role in creating a healthier young person. It could be male or female. You know, we want to make sure that we're just showing up and be consistent, because throughout life, uh, children, when trauma happens or when there is like a problem in their house, they're the first ones to get robbed of that hope. And the way I say that because our children are the first ones to get let down, and we want to make sure as a mentor that we're there to guide them through. We're there to kind of pick them up when they're falling. We're there to pick them up when they've given up all hope. And I say that because I was a child similar to that, giving up on all hope. Hey, no one's gonna adopt me. No one's gonna care about me. You know, but I had someone when I got to high school to say, hey, Jamal, you can do it. You know, you can make it happen. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, and I wasn't exposed to going to different states, or I didn't even know too much about college at that age, which is sad, you know. But he said, hey, Jamal, the world is much bigger than Brooklyn, New York. So just that simple line still stuck to me 10, 15 years from now. And I use that same line for my kiddos. Hey, the world is much bigger than your school district or just your neighborhood. You can go anywhere you want to go. You can do anything you put your mind to. So just basically being that helping hand for that next generation, because sooner or later, I'm going to get old and we need to pass the baton as well too, because there are going to be kids that's still going to need that extra help. So like I always tell people, if you want to mentor, you can mentor from my program or anyone else's, but please just try to give back, because the youth, they're our future. The way I thought it was just a guy wanted to hang out and spend time with me, and everything. Like, oh, Jamal, we're gonna go play basketball today. I'm like, okay, all right. Oh, we're gonna go to the movies today. Okay, and everything. But now, fast forward into now, it's like, okay, I'm doing the same exact thing as well. So it's really great that this gentleman, his name is Jerry, he poured so much into me. And now we still have a relationship now, you know, which is really amazing. And like I said, my heart goes out to him because he saw something in me that I never saw myself. He believed in me when I didn't believe at all. He helped me see dreams that I couldn't even see. So though those are just those situations that will stick with you for a lifetime. So what happened? My aunt, we always went to church and everything like that. So every Sunday, you know, he helped me tie my tie and everything like that. So I was into basketball at that time. So he's like, hey, Jamal, I can teach you how to play basketball and things like that. So it wasn't an official title that we would say, or he wasn't a part of a program. It was just the strength of the fact that he saw something in me and everything like that, where he said, hey, I wanted to give back some time with you. So like I said, at the time, I may have taken it for granted, like, oh, we just going to play basketball, you know, and everything like that. But he was actually pouring things into me when we was playing basketball. Say, hey, you can go to college, you can do this, you can go here, you can be this. So now I look at it as he was definitely pouring positivity in me. But at the time, I just thought, hey, it was just another fun trip. But those are the great mentors that can allow you to have fun, but also take some things, some positive things that can last for a lifetime as well. And I always like to use this analogy. When we are mentors, we may pour into that child. It's just like a flower. We pour into the child, we pour into the child, and sometimes we want to see the end result really fast. So we want to see the roses, we want to see all of the great things, but it starts from within the inside. When the plant is, you know, watered, it starts to grow from under, and then you'll see the flowers bloom and blossom and everything like that. So when it comes to mentoring, we have to be patient, and we also have to understand the process that that child may not, you know, have those fruits when we're there with them. It may be 10 years from now where that child can say, hey, I remember when we did this, or I remember Jamal spent time, or Adrian, I'm naming other individuals from my program, said this to me, and that can kind of start to bear fruit. So those are just some things when we kind of connected to flowers and things like that as well. So those are just some things. Like I said, I'm very appreciative for my mentor, Jerry, to pour those things in me that I can speak volumes to years later. and everything like that with you today. And the informal is very important as well too, because a lot of times mentors or guys may say, I don't have time for that. I'm just working with my team," but they're still pouring positivity into their team as well too. I know when I was in high school, I ran track and field, so my Coach Padula, he poured into us as well too. So which is really great to be around those positive figures, those male figures, those strong figures that believed in you and that wanted the best for you, that pushed you to your potential as well. Because there were many of times at practice where I told him, "Coach, I give up. I give up." But he said, "Jamal, you can do it. You can push through it." So those are just some things. But like I say, growing up from like the 6-year-old to the 11, 12, 13, I didn't have any positive figures or positive males per se. But when I got to sports, like you said, the informal sports, so when I went to church, I had a guy that pour into me as well too. So those are just some things where it's very vital, because especially at teenage years, you can go up or down, left or right, and everything. That's a pivotal stage of trying to find yourself, know yourself, find who you are, and everything like that as well too. So it's ideally for someone to have a mentor, and it's really great to have a mentor at that age as well too, because like I said, life can go either way, and I was just grateful and fortunate to have guys pouring into me at that time to say, "Hey, you should probably do this," or have you ever thought about this?" Or those positive things of going to college, continuing to push through when things get hard, and also having someone that I can just call and pour out and say, "Hey, I'm going through this, or I'm struggling with this," or things like that. So just having that positive ear as well too is really great. So this happened, I want to say maybe 2018, 2019. We were, and I say we, a Big Homie Little Homie mentoring program was working throughout the community, and everything like that as well. And I know every December we try to do like a big toy giveaway for the entire community, because it's one thing to give back to our mentees, but we want to make sure that our mentees understand the importance of giving back to the community as well. That's a big portion of the success for our program, to give back to the community as well. So we had our former mayor, Mayor Benjamin. He took a liking into the program, and then he put us down on the website for a Columbia resource for mentors, and everything like that. So that kind of bubbled in. So when he stepped down, we have a new mayor, Mayor Rickerman. So we had a formal meeting with him to kind of see where we all can align together, and everything like that as well too. So which is a really great cause to have the mayor and also kind of step in to see if we can receive funding, guidance, just resources, or even small connections can really help out as well too. So just basically being that number one support, or also being on that resource page as well too, where families may say, "Hey, I don't know, where can I find a mentor?" And they can go to the mayor's website to pull up a mentor list, and we're on that list as well too. So which is really great to kind of have that resource, and also have those eyes as well too. And also having the government officials believe in us as well was really a fun thing as well. Never thought in my million years that would happen, but I guess the good work that we have been putting together has been really monumental here in Columbia, South Carolina. Like I said, it's never me, it's the team that's with me that's allowing us to continue to be great leaders, great role models for our kids, and also showing up as well too. And the funny thing, it all started with social media. A lot of people say social media is bad, it's good. It's all about how you control the narrative. So we post basically Monday through Friday. So we tagged him in a few posts, and they kind of liked it, and they kind of read up on what we're doing, and also the consistency as well too. Being there for our kids, truly being there for our kids, and not doing it for funding or anything like that. We're doing it for the strength of love, We're doing it because the kids are our future as well too. So that was a way, and they just kind of took a liking to the program, and then we had a conversation. Hey, would you want to be featured as one of our resources? Of course, we said yes because it was a great opportunity as well. It also allowed us to branch out to reach more mentees and also reach more mentors as well. So that's been a really great lane for us to kind of continue to expand and grow as well for our mission. And then when it comes to like the mayor and things like that, we always want to, like I said, expose our kids to something new. So basically, having one of our mentees come to the meeting and meet the mayor. So these are just lining our kids up for great success to say, "Hey, I met the mayor today. This was cool," and possibly they can be the next mayor. So we're just planting these seeds so they can possibly grow into something beautiful. So like I said, it's all about those experiences as well. Some tips that I would say is, for one, be willing or be open to learn. I know when I was a teenager, I thought I had everything. I knew everything, and everything like that as well too. So just being able to actually learn and listen, that's a great situation there. Another thing, be willing to help, and don't look for any funds or something like, oh, I'm just doing this because they're gonna pay me $30 or they're gonna give me a gift card. So when it's like that, I always tell my teens, just be willing to help out because you never know who's watching as well too. So just basically do something just from the strength of your heart and not a dollar amount as well too, because that'll get you a long way in life. Doing it for the love and just the care, and like I always tell people, pay it forward. If you do something, somebody else will do something for you. And prime example, our kids, we're doing something for them, so hopefully they can do something for the community. So we kind of call it the circle of life from Lion King. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but we call it the circle of life of mentoring, where we do something, then the kids do something. So it's like a trickle down effect as well too. So those are just some things, some tips. And also another thing as well too, just some other tips. I know when it comes to social media, we run a social media pilot program where we're teaching the kids on what to post, how to post, what not to post. A lot of times that kind of gets swept under the rug, but we want to make sure, especially when they fill out for these jobs or these college applications, we want to make sure that their social media etiquette is okay. So that's another thing where we've been really truly working on about. I know social media is free, but at the same time, it can be a hindrance if you're sharing something or liking something that's inappropriate. So those are just some things as well too that we've been working on with our teenagers. Yes, we have thought about that. And I know time is valuable as well, but we definitely thought about that. We would love for it to be an actual, like here in Columbia, actual mentoring day where individuals can come up to the school, and it's like a statewide, well, county-wide, mentor day where mentors can come up to the school, do life skills with the kids. I know life skills may be a stretch because kids still have to do the academic stuff, but just basically being able to sit in the classroom with the kids, and everything like that as well too, or just having lunch with the kids and things like that. And think about it, for all the schools in Columbia, and it's a mentor day, will be really monumental, and that can kind of phase away some of the bullying, that can phase away a lot of the other mistreatments or just the goofing off in class as well. So those are just some big dreams that we have that we will want to speak into existence. So hopefully, whoever sees this interview can make that happen. Wink, wink. So we would love for that to happen, like a statewide or countywide, mentor day where mentors just come to the school and actually be that, chaperone in the classroom and everything like that as well too. And I think we have enough people to do that. I'm just saying, great people here in South Carolina or North Carolina, to be able to actually do that mentor day. And also the other steps is continuing to improve our relationship with the mayor, with the legislative office and things like that as well too, and continue to be consistent on what we're doing to show that mentoring truly works. And imagine if we had that mentoring day. So basically selling the dream, articulating it well too for the staff so they can actually understand that mentoring is truly the key for success. Yeah, so the main goal is to let people know that mentoring truly works. The connections truly work as well. We're changing the trajectory of our youth's life by just being there, showing up, and everything, listening as well. Yes, it was two ways. For one, I was on you all's website. It was a quick Google search. I know we were trying to do something with our youth, take them to a conference. Uh, I always go to a lot of conferences, and this was one of the first conferences that had a youth track. So I was eager to understand more, learn more as well too, because when I go to conferences, when I come back, I'm rejuvenated, I'm ready to rock and roll and take over and learn, add the things that I learned. So I always wanted to actually provide that same situation for our youth as well too. And when you all offered a youth track, it was a no-brainer. Like, hey, okay, we need to get the van, we need to get these dates, and we need to make it happen, plain and simple. So that was one way. Another thing as well too, I was receiving technical assistance from you all as well too, and it was a great time. So happily, I know the branding came into a new situation, so I just kind of stuck true and kind of stayed with you all and kind of continue to learn more about the mission, the cause, the purpose as well too. And also, it was a lot of great synergy between the two programs as well. So those are just the two of the ways. But like I said, the big main selling point was the symposium, and my kiddos were able to go and learn in a safe environment, connect with other mentor programs as well too. So it was a beautiful sight. I know you didn't ask for all of this, but it was a beautiful sight when we were eating lunch and my mentees were in the hallway playing the beanbag game with another mentoring program. So which was really amazing for them to just to connect and everything like that as well too, because we always talk about the connection points. So that was really amazing for us to see that, and they're actually kind of running with it and learning more about music, connecting, sharing social media, saying, hey, are you coming back next year? And they're like, yeah, we're coming back. So those are just those simple things that, resonated, that doesn't translate on paper, but actually creating those life memories for our kids. So those are just another great way of learning more about you all as well. Yes. My last thing is, I believe I highlighted a little bit earlier. Always lead with love. Always lead with love. When we're talking about our youth, they're steadily changing, they're steadily evolving. And also just lead with love. Sometimes we don't understand them, and that's perfectly fine. But the more we spend time with them, the more we get to better understand them. That's the really great thing when it comes to mentoring. As a mentor, when we leave a session, we should change a little bit, or we should be a little bit better than when we started that session. And that goes for the mentor and for the mentee. Let's try to lead with love, try to get an understanding. It's really easy to say, hey, I don't understand them, I can't connect with them. Just try, that simple try of showing up and being there, understanding, listening to them. They may tell you something 150 times, but the 152nd time, maybe something there where you can kind of really have a great dialogue and understand where that child is hurting or why that child is acting out. So we want to just make sure that we lead with love at all times, because it's not guaranteed that they're getting love at home. It's not a guarantee. And like I said, when we lead with love, they will understand, and they can have that message or that feeling that can stay with them forever. Say, hey, I remember Jamal. He led with love. He told me I can do anything I could put my mind to. Just those small things. We may think it's nothing, or we may just take it for granted. But that child may be going through a dark time, and they may feel like, hey, this is the only person that actually listened to me. It's the only person that really gave, something that cared about me. So we just try to lead with love because, like I said, our kids are the first ones to always get robbed of hope, and they can always be the ones to be let down the most. So we want to make sure that we're there for them, caring for them, loving for them, and just cheering for them, because it's really great to have someone cheering for you. Just like how you told me some amazing things about me, it felt good, it felt great. And I'm 32, so imagine a 12-year-old, 14-year-old, 6-year-old hearing those positive things as well. So let's continue to lead with love, and let's continue to make this mentoring happen on both ends.